Hey friends, and welcome back to a brand new video all about the latest news on Garten of Banban 9, the next and most awaited chapter of the series. Today we're going to talk about some new official information released by the developers, some recent messages they shared, and most importantly about one image that shows a new character we might meet in the upcoming chapters or maybe even in chapter 9 itself. The EUPHORIC brothers have shared a message that seems to hide way more than it looks. In today's video, we're going to analyze every single detail. I'll show you the most interesting parts of the official posts. And together, we'll try to understand what this could really mean for the future of the series. Then we will make new theories and new connections with the chapter 9. And we will talk about the mysterious video that appeared yesterday. Yesterday, I showed you a new hidden video in the EUPHORIC brothers channel, and today we will see better what is this video. But before we start, don't forget to leave a big like if you love Garten of Banban and want to stay updated with all the latest news. And subscribe to the channel so you won't miss my next videos full of theories, secrets, and early looks at future chapters. So get ready, today we will see many news. Let's start with something really interesting. In the past few weeks, Gepo, one of the two official developers of Garten of Banban, has been writing some very curious messages on the game's official Discord server. And as we all know, every time Gepo posts something that looks simple, there's a huge meaning behind it. Gepo simply wrote, "Truffle tooth," no explanation, no context, nothing else. But for those who have been following the series from the very beginning, you know that when Gepo posts something like this, it's never random. We've seen this before. Right before the release of Chapter 8, Gepo kept writing the word Uni Baluni again and again, almost as if he was leaving a hidden clue for the most attentive fans. And a few weeks later, it was officially confirmed that Uni Baluni was one of the new characters. And that's not all. Earlier this month, Gepo also wrote another mysterious name, Banbancraft. At first, it looked like a joke, or maybe just a fun name made up for the community. But then, to everyone's surprise, came the official announcement of Garten of Banban on Minecraft, complete with official add-ons. So every time Gepo writes something like this, it's almost always a hidden teaser for something big coming in the future. And now we come to Truffle Tooth. The fact that Gepo suddenly started mentioning this name makes us think that the character is about to return in some way. Maybe we'll see him in Chapter 9, or maybe he's part of a new storyline connected to the earlier chapters. But that's not all, because after posting the word Truffle Tooth, Gepo also shared a very important image, showing Truffle Tooth from Chapter 0. And that detail is important, because it means this isn't just a random mention, but rather a visual clue, almost as if he's preparing us to see Truffle Tooth again. Now let's talk about Truffle Tooth, because if Gepo decided to mention him and even share his image, then it's clear that this character will have an important role in the future of the series, most likely already in Chapter 9. As we know, Truffle Tooth isn't a brand new character. We already met him in Chapter 0, and until now that has been his only official appearance in the game. However, even back then, he caught the attention of many fans because of his cute and unusual appearance, and because he seemed different from all the other mascots inside Banban's kindergarten. In Chapter 0, Truffle Tooth was still in his baby form. He had a small body and an extremely friendly and innocent personality. But things have changed drastically, as we discovered in Chapter 8. During that chapter, among several hidden notes and secret files, players found scientific reports that talk specifically about him. And that's where we learned that Truffle Tooth has grown up. He's no longer the small harmless creature we met before, but an adult version of himself, with new features and most importantly, a disturbing new ability. According to those documents, Truffle Tooth is now able to release toxic spores from his mouth. These spores are dangerous particles that can spread through the air and seriously harm anyone nearby. But that's not all. In Chapter 8, we discovered that Truffle Tooth is part of the Reclamation Team, a group created with one main goal, to hunt down the player. This means that, unlike in Chapter 0, in Chapter 9 Truffle Tooth will be far from friendly. From a cute little companion, he has now become a dangerous being, fully involved in the mission to catch the player. And if we connect all this with Gepo's recent messages, it's hard not to think that Truffle Tooth will be one of the antagonists of Chapter 9. His return, in a grown and more aggressive form, could become one of the most intense and terrifying moments of Garten of Banban 9, especially if his spores become a new gameplay mechanic, limiting the player's movement or visibility while exploring. In short, the Truffle Tooth we once knew is gone. And the one we'll meet in Chapter 9 will be something completely different. Darker, smarter, and far more deadly. Now I want to talk about another very interesting theory, still connected to Gepo's messages about Truffle Tooth, because as we've seen before, every time he posts this kind of message, it's never random. There's always a deeper meaning behind his words, and this time, everything seems to fit perfectly to suggest that he's hinting at something big coming soon. In fact, next week will mark exactly 2 months since the release of the first teaser trailer for Garten of Banban Chapter 9. And anyone who's been following the series knows that the EUPHORIC brothers tend to follow a very clear pattern. Almost every time, the second teaser trailer is released about 2 months after the first one. It happened with Chapter 6, with Chapter 7, and even with Chapter 8, so it wouldn't be strange at all if the same thing happens again with Chapter 9. Now, if we put all the pieces together, there's something really interesting going on. Around this same period, Geppo started writing the name Truffletooth multiple times and even posted an official image showing him from Chapter 0. And that might not be just a nostalgic reference, but actually a direct clue about what we're going to see in the next teaser. If the second teaser trailer is really about to drop, the fact that Geppo has been mentioning Truffletooth so often could mean that the teaser will be focused entirely on him. We could be looking at something similar to what happened in previous chapters, where the teasers introduced new characters or new versions of existing ones. And since we already know from Chapter 8's documents that Truffletooth has grown up, become an adult, and developed dangerous powers, it's very likely that the second teaser of Chapter 9 will finally show us his new form. Imagine how incredible it would be if the teaser trailer revealed adult Truffletooth for the very first time. Maybe in a dark area, surrounded by toxic spores spreading through the air with a completely new and terrifying design. So a teaser trailer centered on Truffletooth would make perfect sense. It would not only connect Chapter 0 to Chapter 9, but also serve as an epic introduction to one of the most anticipated characters of the entire series. Of course, as always, remember that these are just theories and speculations, but it's hard to ignore all these coincidences. If we connect the fact that Geppo started mentioning Truffletooth right now, and that next week marks exactly 2 months since the first teaser, well, it's really difficult not to think that something big might be coming. And as we already know, the second teaser trailer of Chapter 0 was entirely dedicated to him. So it would be amazing if the developers decided to do it again, but this time showing Truffletooth in his adult form, symbolizing the evolution and the darker tone of Garten of Banban Chapter 9. Maybe very soon we'll finally see him return on screen. Before closing, I want to talk to you about a mysterious detail, the hidden video on the official channel of the EUPHORIC brothers, which we already mentioned in yesterday's video. At the moment, we still don't know what it is, but many fans think it could be the Banbancraft trailer, the official version of Garten of Banban for Minecraft, which is expected to be released next week. However, we cannot rule out that this video might also be connected to other spin-off games, maybe another trailer, or the release date of one of the spin-off games. In any case, it's clear that something important is about to arrive, and as soon as the video is public, we will talk about it immediately with all the details and full analysis. So, if you want to stay updated on all the news, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. I really thank you all for the incredible support, and we'll see each other soon with new news and theories about Garten of Banban 9. Thanks for watching, bye bye.